Hello, everyone. Welcome to the session. My name is Bhargavi. I'll be taking up this course on data analytics using Microsoft Excel. Okay, so before we get started, I will give you a brief introduction to what is it that we are going to cover as a part of this program. And then we will start with today's topics. Okay. So the overall agenda of the program is to introduce you to the concept of data analytics using Microsoft Excel. So there are many tools that are used in the market for the purpose of data analysis, Excel being one of them. Okay, now what do we cover here is we will start with basic introduction to Excel. Today we will be trying to get familiar with the nomenclature that is used, how to install the tool onto your machines, how do you get started with your very first worksheet in an Excel. Okay, then we will be looking at certain functions which are used a lot for data analysis purpose. But again, we will start with the basics, look at the big 5 functions, that is summation, average, minimum, maximum, and count, post which we will look at certain advanced functions. We will also look at how to perform conditional formatting. We will focus extensively on the lookup functions which are available. We will be working with pivot tables, how to visualize the data by using different variety of charts, which becomes the core here. Okay, that is the most important thing. Data validation. We will be looking at how to work with date fields, date and time fields, creating lists and working with list functions. And the final thing is what if analysis. Okay, so this is the overall agenda of the program. Okay, this is the overall agenda of the program. Okay, and before we jump in, I hope I'm audible and the screen also is visible to all of you. No trouble there, right? Are you all able to hear me? Is the screen visible? Yes? Okay, thank you so much for the confirmation. Right. So let's begin with a very simple question. We are saying we'll learn data analytics using Excel, right? So what is data analytics? It is just taking the existing data of any business and then analyzing it to convert that data into information. Even ever since our childhood, when these terms called as data and information were first introduced to us, what were we taught? Raw information is data, right? Something that has not been processed. But when you pass that data through a series of algorithms or you do some sort of analysis on that data and try to draw some meaningful inferences from it, that is information, right? So taking raw data and transforming that into information is the simplest way of defining data analytics. Okay, so it is a field that takes the existing data and tries to analyze that data, tries to come up with some actionable insights, helps a business improve its performance. It helps in transforming the business. And of course, the final goal for any business is monetary benefit, right? So we are going to come up with ways or understand or help people understand ways in which they can improve the profits of their business, scale it up. Okay, that is the purpose of data analytics. Okay, now what is Microsoft Excel? The technical definition of Excel is that it is simply a spreadsheet application. If you look at an Excel, it is nothing but a series of rows and columns, a spreadsheet, okay, where data can be entered, and it has a lot of capabilities to perform simple to advanced calculations, computations on the data. We can create a variety of charts. Pivot tables are a very, very strong feature which Excel has, especially for business intelligence. Okay, so it is a part of the Microsoft Office product suite. There are many products, right, that come with Microsoft Office. There is Word, there is PowerPoint, there is Microsoft Access Database, so on and so forth. And Excel is one of the members in the Microsoft Office product suite. So how do we install this tool on our machines? by going to this link. Okay, when you go to Microsoft.com, let me take you there. If you are absolutely new, then you will have to go to Microsoft.com, and from there you can install the Office 365. You can take the subscription for Microsoft Office 365. Okay, it will include everything. It's not like we can take Excel separately. It includes the subscription, which will allow you to use all the products under Microsoft Office. This is available for free for 1 month. Okay. Post that, you will not be able to use it until and unless you purchase the license. So 1 month is more than enough for you to learn the tool. Okay, you can even master the tool in 1 month. So you can go ahead and try it for free. You can use this for home option because we would be installing it on our local machines and use it simply to learn the tool. So you can go here. Now, depending on how you would like to make the payment, you can choose an option and you can click on the start your 1 month trial. So when you click on the start your 1 month trial, the tool will take you to a page where you have to enter your card details. So if you have any concerns about doing that, if you feel you would not want to provide your credit or debit card details for the payment, which will not be debited from your account, okay? It will happen only post 1 month. 1 month, the first month is free and you will be charged after 1 month. So before that, you can go ahead and cancel your subscription at any point of time. So you will be prompted to give your card details for the payment. Once you confirm it, it will give you the subscription for that particular tool. Okay, so when we click on the continue button after providing the payment information, we can go ahead and download the tools, all the tools in the product suite by clicking on this button, download desktop apps. Okay, once the installation, once it is done, once it is downloaded, you can run the simple installation wizard. And okay, once you click on install Office, okay, you can run the installation wizard. The progress bar will indicate the completion once it is done, and you will now be able to use the Office apps. Okay, so this is the procedure. I had taken screenshots while I was installing them in order to share it with you people. I hope you all got it. Now, let's say you don't want to get into this hassle. You don't want to take the subscription and then you have to remember to, cancel it out. Otherwise, you will be charged. So if you are a little apprehensive about installing this tool from here, what you could do is there is a free alternate version of Excel, which is of Microsoft 365 Office, which is WPS Office. That is one more thing that you can go ahead and check. No, Google spreadsheets do not have all the features. Okay, so no, Google spreadsheets will not help us. You have to either use Microsoft Excel or you can go with WPS Office. You see this one. So wps.com/office is also something that gives you the Office tools, and it is available for a free download. Pretty much most of the functions are there. Some of them might not be there. Okay, some of the features might be missing, but it will not kind of hamper your learning curve in any way. Okay, even with this WPS tool, you will comfortably able to learn most of the things. All right. If you people have already installed any earlier versions of Excel, no problem, you can continue using it. Okay, if you're doing it for the first time, I request you to install Microsoft Office 365. If you have already installed it, you're using some version, maybe Excel 2013, or Excel 2016, or Excel 2019, go ahead, no problem. But if it's a very, very old version like 2010, certain features will not be available. Okay, certain few features will not be available. All right. So yeah, all this information will be shared with you, the PPT and the links, all this we will share it with you once the session is over. Okay. All right. So now let's switch to Excel and get some basic understanding about the tool. Just the look and feel of the tool and the navigation part, okay? So how will you launch Excel? From your machine, how will you launch Excel? On a Windows machine, you will have the search button, right? You can click there and type in Excel and open it. On a MacBook, I'll just launch it from here. Okay, I have Microsoft Excel here. The moment we open the tool, this is what we are presented with. Okay, when you open the Microsoft Excel tool, this is the screen that you are presented with. And this is called as the home page, the welcome screen. This is the start page from where we begin. Okay. Now here on the start page, we can see a blank workbook, and there are a lot of templates which are available, which we can explore and understand about the capabilities of the tool. So whenever you all get time, just open them and see what is it that we can do in Excel. Okay, may not be right away, a few days further into the training, you can do that. To start off, to begin with, you can go with a blank workbook, practice entering some data into it, and then working with basic data. So this is like the home page, okay? And whatever workbooks or Microsoft Excel worksheets you would have used over a period of time, right? Recently used things, they appear down here. If there is something very important which you might want to quickly open, you can pin it and keep it in the pin section. Anything that has been shared with you by others, maybe you have downloaded it from some other place, so it will appear under shared with me. Okay, so recently used workbooks will appear here. Now I'm going to go with a blank workbook, so I'll have to select this in order to open a blank workbook. Yeah, Chitrakant, 2007 is fine, but most of the features might be missing. To whatever extent the features are available, you can go ahead and use it. Okay. All right. So this is what the spreadsheet will look like. What did we see? We saw that Excel is a spreadsheet application, isn't it? What do we mean by a spreadsheet? This kind of a look and feel. This is called as a spreadsheet. And it is a collection of a lot of let me open the pen tool. Yeah, it's a collection of a lot of sheets. We can put a lot of sheets in here. If you look at the bottom left corner, you see this is sheet 1. Okay, by default, we get one sheet, which is called as sheet 1. All right. And if we would like to open another sheet, we just have to click on the plus sign, which will open another sheet for us. Like that, you can keep on clicking on the plus sign to open multiple sheets. Okay. And ultimately, when we decide to save all of these sheets, this is referred to as an Excel workbook. Okay, after you have created all the sheets based on your requirement, when you finally decide to save it, it is referred to as an Excel workbook. Okay. Now the font size and overall thing is very, very small. So down here on the bottom right corner, you will see the option to zoom in. So if I use this slider and increase it, okay, I'm basically zooming into the sheet. All right. So Excel is a collection of multiple sheets, and all of them put together is referred to as a workbook. Now on the very top, over here, we have the menu bar. If you would want to open a new Excel workbook, you might want to save the existing workbook, right? Edit option, view option. So we have certain options there. This here is called as the toolbar. Okay, and this whole area is referred to as a ribbon. Okay, this whole area that you're looking at is referred to as a ribbon. Okay, this is the toolbar ribbon. These are the name headings basically, and this is the ribbon. And depending on what you choose over here, accordingly, the options that are available inside the ribbon will change. Okay, right now home is selected. And this is the home ribbon. All right. This is divided into multiple groups. What is it called as? It is called as a ribbon. Okay, remember the name. And it is divided into multiple groups. This is one group here. It is divided into multiple groups. So you can see a very subtle gray colored line, which is segregating the options on this ribbon into different groups. There is one here, there is one here, there is one here. Okay, so logically, the options on the ribbon are segregated into different groups. Fine. And if you're using a Windows machine, you may even find one small arrow mark down here. And when you click on this arrow mark, which will be in this shape, the options on that ribbon will open up in the form of a window. And from that window, pop-up window also, we can make certain modifications. Okay. So on the home bar, we have certain options. If we go to insert, accordingly, the options on the ribbon will change. The groups will change. Draw, page layout, formulas, data, review, a lot of options are available. Let me go back to home. So this is a sheet. We have the menu bar, we have the ribbon, the toolbar ribbon, and in that ribbon, we have different groups. Under each group, there are certain options available. Then what you see as A, B, C, D, these are referred to as columns. Okay, these are referred to as columns. And what you see as 1, 2, 3, 4, these are referred to as rows. Okay, and each and every individual block here is called a cell. And every cell has an address. The address will basically have the column number, the column alphabet, okay, and the row number. So if I have to figure out, or if I have to tell you what is the address of this particular cell, it is going to be D and 8. Here, the intersection of the row and the column is the cell. Okay, intersection of the row and the column is the cell, and this particular cell's address will be called D8. So first, the column will come, that is D here, and then the row number, which is 8. That is how you reference a cell. And this is a very important thing to note. Okay, this is how we reference a cell, by the cell address, which is the column alphabet and the row number. All right. So now, how do we enter data into an Excel? You can simply start typing in, as simple as that. Okay, let's say I have a business and I'm entering the profits made by the business across different years. So I might want to start at A1, okay, let's say the year, and then the profit made by that business across different years. So let's say I have data for 2018, 2019, so on and so forth. So I'll just manually enter. Later we will see the shortcuts. Okay, I have data for 4 years, and whatever is the profit that the business has made, let's say 10,000, 12,000, let's say 14,000, let's say 15,000. Okay, data entry. Very simple way, just when I'm basically entering each and every value into the cells. Okay. After we have entered the data, next thing that you might want to do is format. Format the data a little bit. We'll not get into the details of formatting. We shall do that as we proceed further. Basic formatting would be to assign a proper data type to that field. Okay, so this field has currency information. I'm saying it is profit. Let's say this is the profit made by a business. And let's say this data is in dollars. Okay, so I might want to assign an appropriate data type to that field. How do we do that? We can select the column. You see, how do you select an entire column? You have to just go to that alphabet there and click there. The entire column gets selected. And if I have to select an entire row, I will go to the row number. Look at the mouse pointer changing the shape into an arrow. There, if I click, it's selected. And what if we might want to select the whole complete sheet? We will click here on the top right corner over here. The complete sheet would be selected. Okay. So this column, I will go here and change its data type. General meaning, there would be no specific format. You can put alphabetical data or numerical data or alphanumerical data, combination of alphabets and numbers and special characters, anything would be okay. If something is numerical, you can assign number as the data type. Here, I know that this is currency, so I will use currency as the data type. The moment I use currency, what happened? Depending on my system locale. Okay, my system locale is India. So it is using Indian rupee as the currency symbol, Indian rupee, and it is automatically introduced decimal places. So that is the default. Based on your system locale, the default currency will be given to the data. Now, I don't want that. Let's say I want to put some other currency symbol here. This is, let's say, a business that runs in the US. So this is all in dollars. Then we can go to this icon here, okay, and change it. So if it is India, we get the rupee symbol. It is UK, we get the pound symbol. If it is Europe, we get the euro symbol. It is United States, then we get the dollar. And there are other accounting formats also that we can explore. So I will right now change this to United States. Okay, dollar symbol has come. And I know for sure that my value, whatever data I enter into this field, will not have decimals. So I don't want to show the decimals, suppose. Then we can simply select the column again. And here is the icon to reduce the number of decimals, decrease decimal. Okay, they will go away. So you see the decimals I have removed. All right. So basic formatting, when you're entering the data into a field, depending on what data you might be entering into it, what it would hold, right? Depending on why you're creating that field, what information do you want it to hold? Accordingly, you can assign an appropriate data type. We can also have date information in short date format, long date format, time information. We can show data as percentages, and a lot of other options are available. And if we are not happy with, or if these options are not helping us out, we can definitely go and explore additional options as well. Okay, so this is some basic introduction to the tool itself. Now what we will do is, I will open an existing workbook which has some data in it, and we will talk about the big five. The 5 basic functions that everybody needs to be familiar with, whether or not you're into data analytics. These are basic things that everybody is expected to know, the big 5 or the basic functions. What are the basic functions? There are 5 of them. Sum, okay. There is average, minimum of the data, maximum of the data, and count. These are famously referred to as the big 5. So let's apply these 5 functions on some data that I will show you, and we will work with it. Or let's just apply it here itself. Let me apply it over here itself. I'll put just one more here, and let's say 18,000. Okay, you see I entered 18,000, but it automatically applied the currency symbol. Why so? Because this whole column has been formatted and given the data type of accounting. Okay, that we are telling that this is currency. It holds currency is what we have already given. So it's doing so. Now, how do we get the summation of the data present in any column or any field? If I have to get the sum, it is pretty easy. Whenever you have to type in a formula or calculate something in Tableau, we must begin, in Excel, okay, we must begin with an equal to sign. You have to begin with an equal to sign. So equal to. And followed by that, we will give the name of the function. I'm talking about summing up the data, right? So I will start typing in SUM. And as you can notice, the autocomplete feature, okay, the autocomplete feature of the tool is popping up all the functions that have those 3 characters in them. Sum if, sum product, so many things are there. From here, we can go ahead and choose whatever we are trying to look for. Okay, so I'll just do a double click on this particular function, sum. Then, followed by that, you can notice how the syntax is appearing over here. So it's a very, very user-friendly tool. It's giving you the syntax. Summation of what? We have to give the number. Whatever is highlighted in bold color is what it's expecting now. Let's say I just have to take sum of two numbers, 10, comma. And look at this. When I put a comma, now it's expecting the second number will be given as input. Okay. So 12, comma. Now it's expecting that I will give the third number as the input. 15, suppose. And then until and unless I put a comma, it will not highlight the fourth number. When I put a comma, it's highlighting the fourth number. Okay, if I don't put a comma, that's it. So whatever comes in square brackets is actually optional. The first parameter, which is not in square brackets, that you have to give mandatorily. Now I will close the bracket and hit the enter key. So summation of the three numbers that I had manually given as an input is so and so. All right. Now, when you go to the cell where you have applied a formula, here in the formula bar, this is referred to as the formula bar. Okay. Here we can see the formula that we have typed in. All right. And the cell reference you can see over here. So what is 38 over here in the BH cell actually indicating? It is indicating the summation of these three numbers, 10, 12, and 15, which is 37. Okay. But I want a summation of these numbers, which are already given as data, which are present as data in this column. Okay. So what I will do is I will simply delete it by hitting the delete key. Okay. And I'm going to type in equal to sum of what? We can even give data that is already present by referencing to it. How do we reference to it? By the address of that cell. What is the cell address of this field? B2. When I click there, Tableau is automatically taking B2 plus B3 plus, I'll select this one, B4 plus, if I select this one, it is B5 plus, and if I select this one, it is B6. Oh, now observe the color. This is a very interesting feature. You see B2, it highlights the corresponding cell, it highlights the corresponding cell and it gives you a different color for each cell. You can see B2 in blue, then there's B3. In red, it is highlighted, it's coming in red. In purple, we have B4 and the cell B4 is highlighted accordingly in purple color. B5 is in green and the cell is accordingly highlighted in green color. Okay. So after providing all this data, means what? I am referencing. Okay, what am I doing here? I am referencing. What am I referencing? I am referencing a particular cell. Okay, every cell has an address and we are referencing the data in that cell by providing the address of that cell. So now that I have covered the complete data, I'll simply close the bracket and hit enter. So this is the summation of the data present in these fields, in these cells. What data present in B2? B2 is 10,000. B3 is 12,000, B4 is 14,000, B5 is 15,000, B6 is 18,000. Okay, so we are referencing the cell using the cell address. Okay, we're referencing the cell using the cell address. So that was summation. Now, rather than manually typing or manually selecting each cell one after the other, we can also give this information as a range. Okay, we can give this as a range. So if I were to give it as a range, it will be sum of starting at this particular cell, then hold down the control key, shift key, and press the down arrow. Control, shift, plus down arrow. That will select the entire range of values. So you see B2 to B6. Look at the colon mark between B2 and B6. The colon mark is indicating that we are starting at B2 and from there we are going down up to B6. Okay. And now when I hit the enter key, the same thing will happen. The complete range of values starting from B1 up to B6 are summed up. This is the formula that we have used to get the summation of the data over there. Okay. Now, let me compute the average of the data. So how do we get the average? Equal to, you can start typing in. Okay, or let's say you're absolutely not familiar with the functions that are there, then you can go up to the formulas ribbon, okay? And you can go and click on this insert function option, the very first one, insert function. And here you can search for the functions. What are the recent ones? All of them are there in alphabetical order. And for every function, down here, you will get an explanation. Okay, whatever function you choose, detailed explanation of the purpose of that function, what it does, meaning the explanation, the syntax, and examples also will be provided. Okay, so it returns the average, arithmetic mean of the arguments. Which function? Average function. If you would like to get additional help on that function, if this information, if you feel this information is not sufficient, I need to know more about this function, there is an option called as more help on this function. So when we click on it, you see, we get the pop-up. Okay, the help pop-up comes where it explains the function with a lot of examples as well. So suppose this is the data, and if I take the average, so how will it work? Like that. Okay, so we get a lot of help which is inbuilt into the tool itself, into the Excel tool. So here we are going to take the average of the data. So let me go here. Average of, we'll select the range. Okay, we need the average of the data starting from here until here. So what is the keyboard shortcut? Control, Shift, down arrow. Okay, Control plus Shift plus down arrow. The whole range is selected. I will close the bracket now and hit enter key. So average of the data is 13, so and so. So this was the sum that we obtained, and this is the average. Okay, so next, let us get the minimum value. How to get the minimum of the value over here? Equal to min. Min is the function that is used to get the minimum in a range. Control, Shift, down. If there are missing values and it has to be included, then you have to hold down the control key and take those values also. Okay, as long as it is in a continuous range, Excel will be able to pick up the complete data in the range. Rest of them you have to select. Okay, or we can remove the blanks. Okay, there we have certain techniques to remove the blanks, the missing data, and then we can use that data, the complete range. We will see that, Simran. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what is the minimum value out of these things. So the minimum is so and so. 10,000 is the minimum, isn't it? And then the maximum. The maximum value in this range. So obviously, what would be the function? Max. If min was giving us the minimum value, max would give us the highest or the maximum value. Maximum value from this range is what I want. Okay. And finally, we will go with count. So count is the number of values over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how do we do that? We can use the count function. The data that is present in this range. How many data points are there in this range? 5 data points are there in this range. And here it's not appropriate to give $sign, right? In this particular case, it's not appropriate to give $sign. So maybe I will just move count here. Okay. Okay, 5. So these are the big 5 functions. We will look at them a little more further. So this was basic introduction. Summation is simply adding everything. Average is the arithmetic mean, which means summation of the values divided by the count. Okay, the min, max, and count. And every function, as you can notice, has a lot of variance. Average A is there, average if is there, average ifs is there. So like that, lot of variants are there. We will be looking at them as we proceed further. Okay. So far, I hope everything is clear. Okay, how did formula builder come in your screen? This one? It is there in the tool, meaning when you, depends on the version. Are you using a very old version? If you're not able to see, that could be the reason. Karthik, we can't select the whole column if we have missing values. How would you select this? You have to select it like this. From the column header, you'll have to select. Okay, you have to convert the whole structure into a table and then select the whole thing. Okay, Karthik, but we will see that later. How to insert the formula in a cell? You start by typing in an equal to sign. To insert a formula into the cell, you start by typing an equal to sign, and then you can start by typing the function. Or you just keep the cell highlighted. Select the cell by clicking there. Then you can go to the formulas option and insert function into it. Click on the insert function. After that, you can choose the function that you wish to insert and click on the insert function button. Getting it? And then you can give the range over here. So this is the range that I want to work with. And once I click on done, it is going to give me the data. So you can manually type it in, or you could go here and insert the function and provide the input over here. Okay. How to delete row multiple cells. If you have to delete a row, just select it by going to the row number. Okay, go to the row number, right click on it. You will get an option to delete. The complete entire row will be deleted. Okay. Analyze option you're not able to see here, and sensitivity. These are add-in packs. So they don't come by default, but these are some add-ins which you can bring in as per your requirement. Okay. So I will show you how to install additional packs, because we would be doing a lot of things with respect to analysis. We would be doing forecasting. We would do a little bit of regression. So that time these packs are necessary. These are add-ins. All right. So I hope till here it's clear. I would request you all to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because from tomorrow onwards, these sessions will be happening live on YouTube. Okay, so anybody who has not yet subscribed to 360DigiTMG YouTube channel, I would request you all to go ahead and subscribe, so that from tomorrow you can attend it directly from YouTube. Okay, subscription cost of Microsoft Excel. It is approximately $40 per year. $40 per year. Okay, and how many days is this session for? This session is going to be for 15 days. Okay. Okay, can we add values from different columns? We can add. So when we are adding something, when you're summing up something, it's not like you have to add it only from here. It has to be present in this sheet. Okay, let's say I have some data in sheet 1, and let's say I have some more data in sheet number 2. Okay, I have some more data, profit itself, let's say of some older data, maybe of 2015, of 2016. Okay, let's say older data is present in a different sheet. Something like that. So we'll put some numbers here. Okay, now I need to add this. At the same time, I need to add this. Now, how do we add data from two different sheets? Okay, that also can be done. So let us add it over here. Sum of data present in this range, comma, for number 2, I'll just go to a different sheet and data present in this range. Now where will you see the formula? You will be able to see the formula up here in the formula bar. So I had taken B2 to B6 from sheet number 1, where I'm going to display the total. And then I moved on to the second sheet and I'm taking data from this column over here. So this is what is the cell reference of this one? C3 up to C6. C3 to C6 is my range of data. But look at how it has given. Before C3 to C6, it has given the name of the sheet and an exclamation mark. So when you're bringing data from different sheets all together, and when you're trying to add data that is present across different sheets, whatever data is coming from other sheets will be referenced not simply by the range, but also by the sheet name. Okay, so the sheet name followed by the range of values. Now that this is done, I'm going to close the parenthesis and hit enter. Where will we see the result? The result is going to come here. That is in sheet 1. Because I had clicked over here and I had typed in the sum function. I took some data from here, then I moved to the other sheet and took the remaining data from here. Okay, so it is possible to add data present across multiple columns. It is possible to even add data that is present across multiple sheets. You can definitely work with data across sheets also. Yeah, this video will be uploaded to YouTube, so you need not worry about that. And from tomorrow onwards, the event will be YouTube live. You can directly join from there. Okay, please do subscribe to the channel, follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook as well. The links have been shared with you in the chat. And certificate, I will check with my team and get back on that, okay? The WhatsApp link, that also I'll have to check with my team and get back with you all, get back to you all, okay? I will let you know. Same time, the timing of the session would be the same as today. It is going to be 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, IST. 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. IST. How many days would it take to master the tool? We are going to cover all the concepts in 15 days. After that, maybe another 10-15 days, if you can, practice everything thoroughly, that should be enough. Okay, Simran, at the beginning of the session, we had discussed about the syllabus. I would request you to just refer back to the video. Advanced Excel also, yes. Excel is available for a free trial for 1 month. Okay, the links are provided in the PPT, which will be shared, or the links will be shared with you via the WhatsApp group, or somehow we will convey it. So you can download it. Yeah, Vivek, please subscribe to the channel. You will find the video on the channel, YouTube channel. Okay. Are we going to learn VLOOKUP? Yes, yes. We will learn VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, XLOOKUP. Yes. Excel is available. Even on your mobile phone, you can install it. Yes. Yes. Channel link has been given to you. I shall resend the link one more time. I'm posting the link. So I would request you all to subscribe so that you will not miss out on things. Okay. One moment. I think it's not allowing me to copy. Okay. Here's the link. This is not a paid course. This is a free course. Ranjit, I have sent the link. Yeah. The classes will be on YouTube itself. Yes. These classes are free and they will be available on YouTube. Provided you all subscribe to the channel, you will be able to access it. Okay. So how to use count is your question, right? Yeah, we will dig deeper into the count function in a moment. Okay, stop scribbling on my screen, yeah? How do you know? Okay. Yeah, I'll make a note of these questions on how do you mark the attendance, etc., and we'll get back to you. 1 hour per day, yes, 1 hour per day for 15 days. Weekdays. Okay, you would like to find out the mode. We will discuss that as we get further into the training. Prince Verma, please stop it. 15 दिन का सेशन है. 15 दिन. Swapnil, I will get back to you on that. Looks like we will not be able to cover anything else today. But okay, see, to answer all of your questions. First of all, please do subscribe to the channel. Okay? This is the first thing you have to do, subscribe. Then the session will be from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. IST. 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time. It will be from Monday to Friday. And total 15 days, 1 hour per day. So that would be 15 hours. The whole course is encapsulated into a program which we shall cover in 15 hours, 1 hour per day for 15 days. Is it clear? No, there is no session on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. Okay. So further queries, the team will respond to you. Whoever has asked queries regarding job opportunities, etc., the team will respond to you. Okay. So let me do just a few things before winding up the session today. This is a data source which contains information about certain products, like a variety of coffee and tea related products which are being sold by a business. Okay, this is coffee chain. Now, we can see that there are certain fields like the target profit and the actual profit and marked price, that is the MRP. All right. I will just explain about the count function one more time before we wind up today. Okay, everybody. So let's talk about the count function. Count of what? I just want to count how many data points we have or how many values do we have in the profit column. Only the number of values in the profit column count. So how do we select the range? We have to select the first cell. What's the keyboard shortcut? Command Shift down arrow or Control Shift down arrow. The complete range is selected. Then you close the parenthesis. You might feel that, okay, I'm not able to see the formula here. Where did count disappear? This is big data. We have quite a good number of rows here. So you might be wondering, where is the formula? We were typing in count somewhere, which is not visible anymore. It is there. It's just that we have come to the bottom of the list of data we have, right? So you can always keep looking back, referring back to the count function or whatever function you type in the formula bar. Okay, so this is what we did. Equal to count of the range that we are looking at is H2 to so and so. All right. Now, when I hit the enter key, it is going to apply the formula. Okay. And it's going to show me the data here. So what is this? What is it that we have in this particular cell? What is this cell J6? What do we have in the J6 cell? Column J and row 6. What do we have? The count. How do I know that this 100 is actually the count and not a random number? Here in the formula bar, it's showing me that it is the count of the data present in this range from H2 to H101. Okay. Now there is another function called as count A. How is count A different from count? Let's see. I'm going to use the same range. Now let's see, what did I get? What's this? Count A. It will also give you the numbers. I should have done it here. Okay, I'm going to take the count of. Okay, I'm going to take the count of the data that is present in the state column. Okay, so now let's see what we will get. Count of the data in the state column. It is giving me 0. What is this 0? It is the count of the data present in column D. Now, why did I get 0? Because column D contains non-numerical data. These are the names of states. These are not values. These are the names of different states. And what I got when I took a count of this is 0. Why? Because count will count only numerical values. Okay. So count is not going to help me here with a column that has non-numerical data. Then what to do? Instead of count, I will have to use count A. Okay. Count A will basically count all the occurrences, all numerical, non-numerical, everything will be counted. You can have alphabetical data. You could have numbers, numerical data, or you could be having alphanumeric data. It does not matter. It is going to count everything. 100. All right. Now there is one more variant in count, which is called count blank. If there are any blank rows or there are any blank cells in that column, then it will count only the blanks. So what will I get if I take the range as this? I will get 0. Isn't it? Because we don't have any blank rows right now in column number D or any of the columns in this particular Excel. I do not have any blanks. Now let me remove some data from here. Now that there are a few blanks, you see how these got updated? There, I removed some data, right? So count blank. Look at the formula bar. Count blank is saying that there are 8 blanks. And what is count A telling me? Count A is telling me not 100 but 92. Why? Because 8 are blank. It is counting only when the data is present. Okay. So count blank is another variant that is available. Then there is something called as count if. Count counts only numerical data. Count A counts non-numerical as well as numerical values. Count blank will return the number of blank cells. Okay. And count if is basically conditional. It is based on conditions. So what is the syntax? As I told you, this is a very, very user-friendly tool where once you give the name of the function, it provides you with the syntax. The range is what it is expecting as input, which is in bold. So I want to count if, let's say this is the range of data where I would like to use the count function. Okay, I would like to use the count function on the profit column. So the range is this, comma, the criteria. What do you want to count? The condition based on which you might want to count something. Okay, so the condition you have to specify in quotation marks, double quotes. And I will put the condition as, where is that? Okay, I will say the condition is that I want to count and find out how many transactions, how many records do I have, or how many values do I have where the profit is greater than 200? Or let's say profit is greater than 100. Okay, so the condition is whatever is the value that is present in this range, whatever values are present from H2 to H101, whatever values are present, I simply want to Jyotsna, I request you to stop writing on the screen. Yeah. I want it provided the profit is greater than 100. Okay. In this range, I need to count only those values where the profit is greater than 100. I'm not writing the value profit here, right? I'm just saying it should be greater than 100. Meaning what? The value in this range is supposed to be greater than 100. Okay. The value in this range is supposed to be greater than 100. And it's telling that there are 14 such transactions where the profit is greater than 100. So to cross check, I will quickly sort this data. So these are the transactions where the profit is greater than 100. We have 14 of them. Count if is based on a condition like that. Okay. These are the values where the profit is greater than 100. Where did it go? So that is about count if, and here we shall stop. There is one more variant over here, that is count if s, count ifs. So that we shall be looking at tomorrow. So we will do a recap of whatever we have done today, tomorrow, and then we will continue from there. So what was it that we did today? I gave you the links to install the tool. Okay, we basically discussed about what is data analysis. First of all, I had given you the overview of the program. These are the complete list of topics that we will cover. First thing. Then we discussed briefly about what is data analytics, what is Microsoft Excel, and how does it fit into the picture. If you would like to install Office 365, you can go to this link. It is available for trial for 1 month, post which you will be charged around $40 per year for each subscription. So you can use it for 1 month. If you don't want to get into that hassle, you can also go ahead and download the WPS Office software, which is free of cost. Most of the functions in Excel are available here as well, barring a few which should not impact much. So you can go ahead and use it. After this, I introduced you all to the nomenclature. The home page, when you open, you get the home page. You can start off with a blank workbook. Try practicing by putting some data into a worksheet. Okay. And the basic big 5 or the basic functions in Excel is what we discussed. So we mainly focused on the 5 basic functions: summation, average, minimum, maximum, and count. Under count specifically, we saw the difference between count, count A, count blank, and count if. Tomorrow we will see count ifs, and then we will proceed to conditional formatting. Okay, everybody. So that's it for today. Again, I request you all, whoever has not yet subscribed, to subscribe to the channel. These sessions happen as YouTube live events. So once you subscribe, you will get the notifications also, right? So you can keep joining the sessions. Yeah. If you have any feedback, let me know. I'll look into it. Some questions which I wasn't able to answer regarding certificate, regarding certain things like job opportunities, etc. I will check with my team and get back to you on that. Rajesh is asking, can we count only particular product coffee? Yes, we can. That is why count if is there, Rajesh. Count if will help us count based on certain conditions. We will anyway do a recap tomorrow on the count if function one more time. Yeah, I would be taking the Excel sessions, yes. How to connect with the team. Tanveer Hassan, you can visit our website. Okay, you can go here and you can get in touch with us. Okay, thank you all so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.